Joe,
Senior Brad.
how are you today, sir?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. I'm wearing my crypto dad shirt. See how it says
I saw that a little bit
crypto
there.
dad, but
Yeah.
then you know what the definition says? Just like a normal dad, but way smarter.
Oh, there you go.
Kids got me that for Christmas.
I thought your wife got it for you.
One of them, who knows? Well, ultimately, I got it for me.
That's been one of your wives. I'm like, oh, wait. Okay. Public broadcast here. All right. Yeah.
No, no, no. So, yeah, we were just talking. I tweeted this morning. I get to integrate and interact with all these big brain people all day, but I have so much fun driving my kids to school every morning. I just have this. They're just fun people. So
Yeah.
it's a good thing.
It is definitely enjoyable.
Yeah, watching their lives is interesting, and the different things that they go through that we didn't go through, etc. So
I was thinking about, like, so what are you going to do once they go off to college?
yeah, we're gonna hit the road.
Yeah.
My wife and I are gonna be traveling. We'll have a little home base here, and maybe in Georgia by my parents or somewhere in the mountains, and then our primary goal has been to travel, travel, travel. So we're we're gonna be on the run.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah,
On the road again.
exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Now it is fun to see that how they look at things. And then it's hard not to go back and think about how you looked at things at that age.
Totally different.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah, and they have other shit they deal with that we didn't have to deal with, and we have just look, I think we had plenty of hard times for ourselves, but they there's just so much shit going on, and I think the problem is they're more aware of everything than we were. We kind of floated along in our little world. I started getting involved in politics and stuff in high school, but they know everything that's going on every day, all the time. So
yeah.
and that's a little much. I think kind of takes away from the whole. Hey, I just got a tip.
What?
I got a tip. Remember how I mentioned that Project Coin exams yesterday? That
Sort of.
that scored all the chain coins.
Yes, I do.
Well,
Yes.
I don't know what the fuck to do with this, but they sent a little .01 tip from Nano Tip Bot.
Just the
I don't
tip, sir. Just
I
the
don't know
tip.
how I don't know I don't know how I get the money though. But that was nice. That was nice. It was nice.
There you go.
You
Gas
know?
fee's only $87.
They- well, I don't like you go to oh, it's for the nano cryptocurrency. What the fuck's the nano cryptocurrency, Joe?
I've never heard of it. I mean, I've heard of
Wow.
nano, and I've heard of crypto, and I've heard of currency.
Well,
And I've
let's
probably
find
heard of all
out.
three. I've heard all three stuck
All right,
together in the past.
let me see if I can share without bringing the whole fucking thing to a halt. Share screen. Okay. So,
Did I hear a dial-up modem back there?
they
No, that's your fax. I'm sorry.
yeah, that's it. It's the faxes, just the fax. So,
The cutting edge
shit.
data center back there,
Exactly.
ripping out
Exactly.
insightful conclusions on
You
its
don't know how painful this is for me because
dot
I
matrix.
always am in the cutting edge, and so for me, it's really fucking painful to have this computer be a piece of shit. So anyway, the feed of when I go through and added everything to the post podcast every night, I tag a bunch of people that we mentioned or talked about in the show notes and the title. So this is the tweet that goes out automatically from my podcast site system, and then we got a little thanks for the mention from Nano Tip Bot from the coin exams guy. So I go to nanotipbot.com. The Nano Tip Bot allows users to send the nano cryptocurrency to users using only their Twitter or Telegram handle. Okay, these are similar to other Twitter tip bots that I've seen in the past. But can somebody tell me what the fuck is Nano? Like, what is Nano? Who is Nano? BTC
Well,
versus nano energy consumption. Energy per nano transaction, 0.032. Total confirmed nano transactions. Amount of BTC. All right, let's go look at their site and see if they have nano listed on.
so we're going to compare ourselves to BTC, but we're totally centralized and we're proof of stake.
All
With
right.
no smart contracts.
Do you see Nano on this screen? I don't see
I
fucking
can't
Nano.
possibly see that at all.
I mean, is Nano its own chain? Is it on Ethereum? What the fuck is it?
I've heard it used in the context of small before.
Thanks, Joe.
Very small.
All right, I'm looking it up on fucking Drops tab.
I remember
Nano.
that buddy of mine who started up that investment firm that didn't do real well, but it was called Nano Returns.
Yeah.
So they were targeting nano sector, not small returns.
So they sent me
nano returns.
They sent me 0.01 at $2.48.
So
that's 2.48 cents.
All right.
Woo! Maybe they're just trying to get me to look at Nano. So I found a website. Nano is a digital currency for everyone without fees. Nano is a currency that happens to be digital. What can I do with Nano? Explore the rich ecosystem of apps, merchants, and exchanges.
Spend other people's Nano. Get rich off other people's Nano.
Ethereum mining payouts in Nano, benefits for miners and mining pools. Come on, guys.
We're using the highly efficient, Harvard-trained, top of the pyramid strategy here.
I mean, can we? I love that they're targeting, newbies, but I'd like to understand a little bit more whether it's its own chain, what it has, all that good stuff.
Oh, beat the team. What do we have here?
There we got Colin Lemahieu, George Coxon. George doesn't look like a George, but what do I know?
The redhead.
Yeah, maybe? It's a.
Oh yeah, it could be like a George thing.
I don't know. It's interesting. Where'd I go? How did I get there? Here we go. Nano Foundation, Malin Shah, General Counsel, Project Manager. Well, okay. So, you know what? We're wasting everybody's time on this, but it's. I'd certainly like to have a little better understanding of the chain. Ultra efficient block lattice design. The network is optimized to provide the fastest transaction speeds of any cryptocurrency. Well, that's a pretty bold claim.
It must be the centralization.
Frequently asked questions. What is Nano? Nano is a decentralized, sustainable, and secure digital money. Provides an intuitive experience. It feels like digital currencies should. You can exchange Nano for almost any globally recognized fiat currency. If you'd like to test Nano out for free, just retweet my podcast. Where can I find Nano wallets? Has a huge ecosystem of third-party wallets. How was Nano distributed? Did Nano have an initial coin offering? Novel Capsule 2015.
It launched in 2015?
2015.
That was before I got involved in crypto.
Dude. All right. Now I'm intrigued.
Well, maybe because you were talking up that Agoric one. Those like super old guys on that website. And now they're like,
okay, well, I know I talked about their project because the guys that sent the tip is not Nano. The guys that sent the tip is Coin Exams. Is this site. Remember we were looking at yesterday?
Yeah.
So that's who sent the tip. And look, it's just a nice recognition thing, right? It's like not meant to actually make me rich, but that's really interesting.
It's a good marketing technique because now we've talked about
it. Hell yeah, we just did, didn't we?
And we know we've explored a couple of things. One, that Nano is the fastest cryptocurrency ever of all time. According to the marketing material, we know that has to be true.
It must be true. It's always true. I have never lied in marketing in my life.
You can exaggerate a little bit, or you just
it's how you frame it.
Yeah, you leave the stuff out that doesn't support your argument.
You can run a representative node.
Yeah, I mean, I give them pretty good grades for marketing. I mean, they got us talking about it.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Of course, we did get paid for that review. We got paid. 2.48 cents.
That's right. We have to disclose that.
Yeah, so that's
Now,
well, I think that falls under the below $200 exemption. So
there you go. Now, well, the question is, if you have the crypto exam site and you're sending tips in Nano, do you have Nano in the list of coins that you compare? No, you don't. That seems odd to me. Doesn't it seem odd to you?
because then it just seems like they.
Oh, here it is. I lied. Oh, it's shit. It's 5th ranked.
Oh.
So 8.25 utilities, no fees. Oh, it's free. There are no transfer fees. Delay is 0.8 seconds. Transactions per second. No, funds transfer per second, 0.8. Supply is 100% out. Inflation is 0%. Staking says 0% APY, which that's interesting. Smart contracts, none. Bam, 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 bam.
We called that one.
Yeah, you did, Joe. 269 nodes that aren't getting paid and no smart contracts. Okay.
So we're gonna call pass. Is that the word we're going for?
We are.
Yeah.
Did I rant a little bit yesterday about Binance Blockchain Week? I did not. I did
so,
not.
buddy. No, you
Can we talk about the fact that
Yeah.
they started off the fucking starting keynote speaker? Look, I get it. This project drives a lot of volume on Binance.
Craig Wright.
No, God, no. I will fucking burn Binance to the ground for that. Don't even. No, fucking Cardano.
Oh.
I'm like, what the fuck, Binance? Seriously?
I heard they're up to 200 billion in TVL now, Cardano.
What's his name?
Hoskinson?
Yeah, Charles Hoskinson. Here we go.
Better known, who is the founder of Ethereum that you never remember their name?
Because everybody fucking hated him.
Yeah.
Because he lied. He claimed to be Satoshi.
He claimed to be Satoshi too?
Yes, he did.
Oh, God.
He did all this shit to insinuate to the team at Ethereum that he was Satoshi. Like, completely made shit up, falsified emails, all this other shit. And it was like, oh my God, dude, seriously?
That's
and my apologies to the Cardano fans in our audience. I am well aware that we have a few. But I'm sorry. It's just, I have zero respect for him. I'm sure there are wonderful, brilliant people working on the project, but to me, it's just an academic circle jerk. So,
I thought it was his witty and fun humor.
That's it. I got the subscription on YouTube to his channel because he's so engaging.
Yeah, sounds like it. So Binance?
That was the keynote. So this week they're doing Binance Blockchain Week. Unfortunately, it's happening in the middle of the night for us every night. Because I have attended the previous one, the last one, and listened to several of the keynotes, and got a lot out of it. So I was going to take a look at it. Well, of course, it's happening in the middle of the night, and they're not posting the speeches until after the week's over. They're doing it in Dubai. So I guess people that paid, they don't want to, they like delay on showing the episodes. But the last one I went to was really good. I mean, there was really good content. But I'm just, I don't understand why you have Charles Hoskinson as your first keynote. I don't get it. I know it couldn't have been because he paid a lot of money, because Binance doesn't need the fucking money. So I just have a hard time. The only thing I can think of is the reason they did it is that at the end of the day, Cardano, a lot of people trade fucking Cardano. So I'm sure it's a massive amount of their volume on Binance. Actually, let's take a look. So that's the only reason I can think of it. Anyway, that's my controversy of the day. But Joe, the prices are up, dude.
I noticed.
What's going on? Tell me.
I'm not really sure. I think it's that, like we talked yesterday, that everybody just keeps fearing the worst and doom and gloom, and was all the speculation about interest rate hikes,
and then that happened, and really was, I think the market rallied. I think there's a sense out there for sure that everybody's remembering that markets tend to go up when interest rates go up because it's such a delayed reaction. That's really when interest rates start cutting is when it's time to dump.
Yeah.
Because that's when it's getting ready to go. So this looks good to markets for me. I mean, as good as it could look. The war stuff, I think, again, cutting off from SWIFT, cutting off energy supplies, whatever. I don't really see a lot of big headwinds there at this
Right.
point. I almost see that maybe settling down a little bit. So to me, and you get all the byproducts of unified Europe, China. I just kind of think everything looks okay. And I hear a lot of money on the sidelines, lots of institutional money. I wonder about retail money a little bit, but someone pointed out recently that a lot of people are going to be getting income tax refunds,
right?
That got stimulus checks and things like that. So, maybe that gives some disposable kind of capital to use to other investments. I'm not sure, but all in all, I feel okay. I mean, I was thinking about back in January 2021 when there was that little dip after the December run up, and that's when I kind of really started paying attention again, pretty hardcore. And then all of a sudden, it was like, 90 days later, you're sitting there with a nice chunk of change at that point. So things happen fast, and they move quickly. The difference is that I don't remember where BTC was last year, around this point. If it was, say the January timeframe, where it was then, and I don't know where. I'm pretty sure ETH was down, in the 1,400 range, 1,200 range, something like that. So
right.
I don't know how it affects that, but all in all, I think we just need to see some of the kind of the top 20s move with some sustained movement, i.e., capital flowing in.
Right.
See the interest rate story stay predictable as it is. I think everybody's expecting now 7, 25 basis point cuts. I think we're looking okay. Oil seems to have stabilized. I see the prices are up high still, but I don't see stuff going off a cliff. And so when people talk about recessions and things, recessions are just natural, contraction of an economic expansion cycle. And it's been expanding for the most part for 14 years through, a lot of stimulus type things, quantitative easing, etc. That has to contract some, or you just have bad money going after bad money. It has to wash out. So to me, I don't look at that as a bad thing, particularly when you look at full employment and you look at all the other things just chugging along nicely. The Chinese economy, who knows what they're going to do.
I did see a consumer sentiment stat, the University of Michigan study come out that said shit's pretty bad. But that doesn't mean that can't flip, right? And I think it's primarily that people are burning out on higher prices.
I was talking to a buddy in New York who was talking about inflation, and I was like, so where do you see it the most? And he was talking about it like an ice cream store. High-end ice cream stores. It's like, now all of a sudden it's $7.50 a cone. And I said, yeah, I saw that like when the one reopened up at Cocoa Walk. I was in there 6 months ago or 3 months ago, and I was like, wow, that is kind of pricey. But then I'm looking at it and I'm like, it's a big ass sugar waffle cone with, 2 giant high-end scoops of whatever it is, gelato or something. And you kind of go, well, that is a lot better than those 33-cent cones at Baskin Robbins, that was made out of God knows what. At least you kind of are getting better ingredients for the price. And I found it interesting because I wasn't thinking of stores and stuff, but I was thinking of supermarkets,
right?
And a little bit of gas station. But I don't I hit the gas station maybe once every 2 weeks, 10 days, something like that. So I see it and I go, oh, fuck, $85, or whatever to fill up. But
This is
then
my leading indicator.
what do you got there? A little Tesla thing?
Monster energy drink
Oh,
went from $2.25 a can before I went on vacation to $3.29 a can at my local 7-Eleven.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the kind of pricing I don't get, because that's not supply and demand.
No, it's an addiction pricing. This is addiction pricing. This is what the
Yeah.
cigarette makers get away with. It's like, fuck it, they're going to pay it anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I saw my indicator was things like, what was it? I was seeing something that was like everything was like $7.50. Or the juice drinks are like $4. I did notice a difference in Sapporo beer at Fresh Market versus Sapporo beer at Whole Foods. It was a whole $1 a can, because I like to buy just one,
Right.
the tall boy ones, of course. But it was $3.99 at Fresh
Your paper
Market.
bag.
Yeah, I'm like a tall boy bag out there,
hanging out at the stop sign.
What do you mean, eyes American?
Hey, you little lady.
It's the beer to have when you're just having one. Only one beer here. The 32-ounce fortified beer.
You got to keep it in the paper bag, because when you're asking people for money, you don't want them to see you're buying a $10 a can of beer.
Japanese beer. You got your Chimay, your Belgian beer over here, it's $12, and you got your Japanese beer over here. All you need is some like puffer fish, at $300 a plate, and you're good to go for a night of panhandling.
Or you could keep one of those bottle. You remember those old twist off beer bottles? What was that?
Not Qingdao, but
no, something like one of the American cheap ass beers. But and then you just pour your Japanese beer in there.
Grolsch?
People will believe you. Grolsch or Schlitz or
Yeah, no, I remember that Schlitz malt liquor bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was all of those, or the
Bush.
Or Crazy Horse.
Oh no, I never had Crazy Horse.
God, no, but I remember it was like they had the ads and it'd be like, honoring our Native American heritage.
Oh,
and you're just like, this is obviously in the 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
But you're just like, really, they can get away with saying that shit with a straight face. But it's just
here's that University of Michigan chart. The sentiment index has deteriorated to the lowest point since 2011. It's brutal.
Well, so what was going on? So I guess everybody felt like the economy been recovering, because I think it like 2009.
Yeah, we were 3 years out from. We were 2 years out from the crash. I don't understand what the fuck was going on in 2011.
Well, it wasn't like, so it would have been the second would have been 2002.
No, that was Obama's first term.
2008. Got it. Yeah. So March of 2009, I guess, would have been when it bottomed out.
Energy prices have surged 26%. Food costs have jumped 8%, largest increase since 81. And those two inputs account for more than 20% of household outlays.
Yeah.
Home prices, 30-year mortgage rates. Yeah, you know what? I was talking to our other buddy Chuck, who's in the mortgage industry, and he said, yeah, loans he was doing at 2.5%, 3% a month ago are now 5.5%.
Yeah,
but he's going to have his best month ever. That's how crazy the housing market is.
Yeah, no, I mean, around here, I haven't seen much activity lately because everything's sold that was going to sell. But people were like, putting a price out there, and people were coming in and bidding 20% over price.
Right.
Just to shut it down and get it. But now I don't see it as much. And I kind of get a feeling that's one thing that I sort of, when people talk about recessions and things, I definitely feel like real estate's getting ready to take a ding.
It
Here.
should. I mean, it's I mean, I can't define a bubble because I'm no fucking expert, but
I know I'm after fact.
but it's got it's at least here in Miami, it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. No, I
So
can remember when the last big bubble. I remember I was sitting there with the condo, and I remember, oh wow, the one that across the hall just sold for, 5 something, and I was like, I wonder, up a couple $100,000 in like 6 months or so. Maybe I should sell. And then, famous last words.
exactly.
Next thing you know, it's worth 150. Surprise!
Yeah, exactly.
And it ain't like that's a slow death. That shit's an overnight thing.
Yep.
And that's kind of the sort of the danger there. But it's not in anything. You see it afterwards. You don't see it before.
So Cardano is only 237. Where'd it go? I just lost it. I had it. Cardano's like 237 million of Bitcoin's 92 billion in volume in the last 24 hours. So
wait, Binance's volume is 92 billion?
According to this.
Wow.
According to CoinMarketCap, which Binance owns, so who knows, but 92 billion in the last 24 hours, and Cardano is 237 million of that. So not a lot. So I don't understand why the fuck they would put him on. Maybe they just thought the controversial hook would be a good draw. I don't know. But what I didn't know, that project I'm involved, I'm advising a little bit in the exercise to earn space. This is the token.
Well, show us your before and after pictures. Come on, show us your before and after pictures.
Of what?
The earn crypto while exercising thing.
Oh yeah, no. But this is, I didn't even know Binance had put STEPN on the exchange. But it's now on Binance, and I guess their launch. Let me see when they did their sale. Yeah, I think their sale was in here. So since March 11th, 0.1442, and today it's trading at like 1.20. So you can expect this to dump pretty soon here, once the investors get their lockout over with.
Yeah. I mean, Sonny, I think there's a lot of good stuff out there. I just haven't really had the time to go through it all like last year,
right?
When I didn't have a problem doing it. I need to do that again.
Look at this. Over $1 billion between BUSD and USDT, over 1.1 billion in volume for STEPN.
Wow.
That's fucking extreme. Wow.
So, yeah, I wonder how. I mean, I wonder if Fitbit's gonna ever do a token.
Probably not. There's too much entanglement in corporate America, and in regulatory wise, I think they'd have trouble.
I did hear again that MetaMask was saying they're doing it again. So
yeah,
I am intrigued by that one.
Hey, I'm excited. Gelato is moving over to Phantom.
Yeah,
that's great shit. Very excited for that. Excited for that project we're talking about, and then also excited just in general because I love that project. I think their moving their, they had that little product that they had the controversy with some folks that they decided to spin out as a separate DAO that is Uniswap v3 compatible management trading platform that doesn't really fit with what Gelato does. It just uses the Gelato infrastructure, which is great. I mean, they spun it out as a DAO, and it makes total sense, which is also a really interesting model, Joe, if you think about it. If you have like a technology play that lets you build applications easier, and then you keep building applications using your tech that other people can use, and then you spin each of them out as separate DAOs.
Yeah, like so anybody could do a DAO then.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, so Gelato is building blocks, right? The whole idea of Gelato is I'm making it easier for Solidity developers to have built pieces of code that connect into other applications on Ethereum originally, now Phantom, right? So what they did was to do kind of a proof of concept was they built a tool that helped traders. They've built like almost all the exchanges, all the dexes that have limit trading are using Gelato, because Gelato allows you to take those building blocks and automate trading components, right? And so they helped build limit trading for all these dexes. Well, they built a tool to help traders that that want to be in a range on those liquidity pools to automate it when the range changes, right? And so that was very popular because big institutional traders that are providing liquidity, want to be able to adjust the range for that new version. And so they built that tool. They built that in house. Probably number one is a proof of what their technology could do, but now they're taking it and spinning it out with an entire separate team. So all of the people who were involved in Gelato at the beginning and had Gelato tokens, investors and founders, are getting a piece of this new DAO that's spinning out, right? So it almost like they become an incubator while still providing the tools that they use to other developers to use. So their token Gel for Gelato platform, continues to have value, and developers are using their products and institutional traders are using their products to automate processes in trading. But at the same time, they built this other product and spun it out. So to me, that's a very interesting model of saying, okay, I've got a tool that helps people build apps and automation, and then we're going to build some projects in-house, and then we're going to spin them out as separate DAOs, as almost like that being part of the model, right? Like if you say, okay, we have this tool, we're making it available to the world for people to build projects, right? And people can build dApps, they can do strategies and everything else like Gelato does. And then we're going to keep using our tools to build projects, and we're going to spin them out as separate DAOs. So everybody that invests in us today, right, or that has our token, every time we spin out a new DAO and a new project, you get part of that value. You're part of the original group.
Yeah.
If you get what I'm talking about.
No, totally. I mean, I kind of think this is what anybody like doing portals or ecosystems, or even like the Olympus guys, we talked about that later on. I think everybody's trying to build that concept. Like you look at what, look at like the Amazon ecosystem now, or Google, all of them. And so I think anybody that can successfully pull that off succeeds. Obviously, we know that not everybody does.
Yeah.
But I think with this Gelato concept and what they're doing, I think it fits in nicely because it's a fintechy audience as well as a fintechy product. And I think with the other ones, when they were the portals or big ecosystem plays, or their challenge is always to attract eyeballs and users. Whereas I think in DeFi, the challenge is always to kind of give the users what they want to play with. And I think that's where the harder stuff becomes almost more attractive, because the devs are the ones that are kind of the test bed for the product. It's not always just the regular, the same guy who aspires or gets drawn into day trading, let's say, of, stocks or options or currency trading. That same person usually gets drawn to crypto eventually.
Yeah.
So, they'll find everything they can need, but the person that you won't get is like the ones that are, are looking for ways to earn more money in simplified ways. You don't see those tools out there yet.
Yeah.
And I think somebody's got to combine, in my mind, the ease of use. But what's this show called? Softball 101, right? Yeah. Okay. Ease of use with, outsized returns. I think.
Well, and here's the thing. Imagine if you did it and you had ease of use and outsized returns, but you did this model of spin outs, right? So you do this model, you build things in house or you build things in the community, and then you spin them out. But here's the cool thing. You make the original token holders, right? The longer you've been in, the bigger of the piece of the new DAOs that you spin out that you get. Yeah. So Johnny come latelys are going to lose what they get. Johnny come latelys will lose out. People that come in and sell and then come back in, they're going to lose out, right? But people that buy and hold at any point, the longer they hold, their higher their allocation on the spin outs.
That's an interesting way to do it. I didn't think of it that way before.
Me neither.
It's a very
Just
simple
thought
way
of
to
it.
put it. Yeah. Because we've talked about how to do things where you incentivize people to not sell.
Right.
But in this situation, maybe because you're giving them more stuff for holding, maybe they get some allocation out of their allocation that they could sell, let's say, in the new stuff,
Right.
but not the original stuff. Something.
Exactly. Well, look, and they can always sell the original stuff, but the longer they hold, the more senior they are in the distribution pecking order for the new projects.
Yeah.
The spin outs.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And then you provide a lending mechanism with one of the lending protocols, that lets them borrow again once they have, so they don't feel like they have to worry about selling it and they can maintain their value. Anyway. Yeah. Hey, Eamon says, welcome back, y'alls. It's been a minute. Ha ha. And I owe Eamon like 12 direct messages. I owe Dennis DMs back. I owe everybody back. I promise everybody I'm going to get back to you. We got cool, really, really cool shit coming, and Joe and I are hinting at it during the course of this conversation today. So buckle up, Buttercup.
Yeah, it's a little scavenger hunt going on here.
Yeah, a little bit of hinting, dropping happening now, and we want all of y'all to be involved in it. All of y'all being, everybody listening and everybody that listens later tonight and tomorrow. So, yeah, we're good. Yeah. Let me see what else I got here, Joe. Let me queue up. I got some other shit queued up real quick. So
good.
We're kind of rambling around here. Anyway, I'm excited about that step and shit. I'm sending that to my little client there.
Yeah, I forgot. I couldn't remember if I was taking a nap or working out at that point. We need one where you can earn.
No, I'm saying just how I sometimes forget we're doing the show. We just start talking. So I'm like, what'd be interesting is if you could get earn tokens for sleeping.
Duh.
Is anybody doing that yet?
For the longer you sleep. Well, my buddies at Walkin have a platform that's already connected to health. I mean, their whole goal is to make this a platform for more and more apps so that existing app developers in the mobile space can just come on and deploy on their platform with their token, right? And then earn what they earn, but not have to deal with all of the other shit that Walkin's going to handle all the blockchain integration, everything for their partners, because they've been in the industry for 5 years, right? Doing millions of dollars in revenue. So they have the engine, they have the developers, they have the marketing engine already built and running and doing beautifully for them. And then they're going to start recruiting in and building other apps on top of their existing platform for play to earn, games, whatever, productivity, whatever. Hey, my pals at Revest had a little exploit, $2 million worth of tokens. I haven't read the complete post-mortem yet, but I'm bummed because I really like these guys. And I think their model is really cool. Do you remember Revest, Joe, when we talked about them last time?
I do remember them. I'm just trying. I'm not sinking in.
The original big use case for it was that I mean, there are a million use cases for this, but essentially they're smart NFTs, right? And the idea behind Revest is that the first use case that they're launching with is allowing for lockups of investor tokens, initial investor tokens, or team tokens that are either time-based or performance-based. So let's say you were starting a project to make it easier for people to automate trading strategies and build dApps, right? You could say, okay, Mr. Investor, you are locked up for 6 months with this percentage and 9 months at this percentage, and the team members are locked up until 1 year at 25%, 2 years at 25%, 3 years at 25%, and 4 years at 25%. But if the team hits X market cap or X trading volume or X price, those can unlock, right? So that's one aspect of it. It's a smart vesting capability built into it. But the other cool thing about it is you can sell it, right? So you have all this locked up value that you know is going to execute on X such and such a date, but you want the cash now. You can sell the NFT without impacting the price of the token on the project, because nobody has actually done a sale of the token. They've done a sale of the rights to the tokens that are locked up in the NFT, and then you could transfer and sell the NFT, and the person can see what the value is and what the unlock is and everything that's buying it. So you create a whole secondary marketplace for these vesting tokens. Right. To me, it's brilliant. It's really, really a smart concept. I love it. It makes everybody feel better. It makes investors feel like, oh, well, fuck, I can get out of this. Right. If I don't like something the team's doing, I can unload my NFT, but I'm not going to kill the project. Right. Which would have been great. Like if it's almost like it would be cool if this was something that was part of the initial model of all investors in projects. Right. Or maybe you make it something like what we were just talking about. That's actually pretty cool. When we were talking about the spin outs, like you could, how you have these lockdown periods for some of these projects. Well, what if you had it so that you could say, look, if you buy all of your tokens in the form of this unlocking NFT, then when we do X on the blockchain, launch a new project or a new DAO, or when we do hit X market cap, or when it hits X time frame, you're able to unlock some percentage of the tokens you bought. But if you're willing to lock up in this NFT, you're going to get a bigger piece of all the other projects and DAOs that launch around it. That could be pretty cool. Anyway, I feel bad for these guys. I'm grateful that it was only $2 million worth of tokens. I'm not sure exactly what happened and how it happened. And it happened, I guess it happened on Ethereum. Yeah, it happened on Ethereum. It did not happen. They're on Phantom, Polygon, AVAX, and Syscoin, and it didn't happen on any of those chains. So the vulnerability was only on mainnet, and they're going to try to do something to make it right. But obviously feel bad for these guys. They said it was a highly sophisticated attack on a vulnerability that went unnoticed during our Solidity Finance audit, as well as multiple peer reviews, which we subjected our code to. At the end of the day, I mean, look, it's become kind of common now that part of your project's process is that you're going to get exploited. So anyway,
I've seen a lot lately too, a lot of smaller ones. So like that,
yep.
At least a couple million ones.
I feel bad for these guys, but I also, have a lot of faith in them. I'm really impressed with the founder there, and I think they're going to be all right. So it's hard though. Like Superfluid is still digging out from that. I know of a project that a guy's on that they were using Superfluid for payments to members of the DAO. And when the exploit happened, they shut down Superfluid, and now they're afraid to turn it back on. And I get it. You're like, well, screw it. I'll just do something manual. But at the end of the day, we also, as users, have a responsibility to understand. It's kind of like the restaurant that just failed inspection. When the time you want to go eat there is like after they failed inspection and reopen, because that place is fucking clean. I think it's the same thing with exploits on some of these protocols. So just before we came on, there was a notification of a security breach on the Ronin network. We've talked slightly a little bit about this chain when we've been looking at DeFi Llama, but it looks like there's a compromise on, I guess, the staking validators. So 100 and what? Holy shit. The Ronin bridge has been exploited for 173,600 Ethereum and 25.5 million USDC. Holy fuck.
How many Ethereum? 100,000 Ethereum?
173,000 Ethereum. What the fuck? That's insanity. What's Ethereum at? 3,600 right now?
Something like that.
Holy shit, man. That's a lot of money. That's $624 million.
Nothing
so
on the website.
So $650 million in total with the 25.5 million USDC. Wow. And this is the kind of thing they won't probably recover from, because their staking validators were compromised. Right, the people that had been staking on their network had their shit stolen. Wow.
Yeah, 625 mil.
Holy shit, dude. That's. I mean, look, we've seen bigger exploits, but this is a chain exploit, and I don't know how you ever regain faith from a chain exploit.
Yeah.
Wow. That's brutal.
Yeah, a lot of people are in that Axie Infinity stuff.
Let's see what they're.
Oh, that's what Ronin is. It's Axie's thing.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. I completely forgot that's what Ronin was. Oh, God. What's Axie doing right now? That's ugly, dude. Oh, holy shit.
Yeah, I'm not seeing a whole bunch of
It's only
melting down over there.
Oh, yeah. Look, it's down from $70 to 64. What's that decline? It says in the last 24 hours, only down 5.6%.
Yeah.
That's not a very strong reaction. Maybe people are so locked in they can't do anything about it. Wow.
These guys, ApeCoin. Yeah, I got to catch up with this. I haven't really been in this channel at all. I just took a total kind of break last week. And
from what? Which channel?
Just all the crypto stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I just chilled out for a while, and it definitely takes the pressure off. That's for sure.
Now, Ronin's down 23%. Wow. That's ugly.
Yeah. I never really think I ever bought any of that, though, to be honest.
No, I didn't either. But I got to believe this is going to have an impact across the board. I mean, they have made a shit ton of money, so they probably can cover it. But still, it's brutal.
Yeah, no, a $625 million kit nutsack, basically. Yeah, that's a rough one. You're gonna.
I don't want to talk about taxes. I had a post up about taxes, but I have no fucking desire to talk about taxes.
About that, $625 million. Yeah, I don't know how to.
DeFi magic trick and the hidden jewel of cow airdrop. I haven't read this one yet. Is look beyond this track to see the GNO token and hidden in plain sight. Tokens on the cow airdrop will unlock for transfers on March 28th. For Russia, blah, blah, blah. Should you buy cow or sell your airdrop or hodl? I have no idea. I'm not a good trader. My specialty is strategy and game theory. The optimal strategy for the cow airdrop may be to pursue a different token entirely, GNO. And we've talked a lot about Gnosis token a lot in the past, right? Cow GNO will be seeded. So what he's saying is yeah, he's saying that a play with GNO makes sense because of cow. That's interesting. Let me see if I got anything else interesting to talk about today. Joe, you got anything while I'm looking at my posts?
Nothing really. Just nothing to add to the stellar content that we've already discussed. I'd hate to dilute it, by rambling on into some other topic area.
This was interesting. Near protocol.
Yes, Near. That's what we want to talk about. Yeah.
So
honestly, this is what we do want to talk about. Yes.
Okay. So it looks like actually there are there's a lot of lending protocols on Near. I hadn't been aware because I haven't been paying attention. I thought they were just hanging out in the NFT gaming space. But evidently the lending protocols on Near are growing. Now, look, 90 million in deposits over the last, it's a little more than 90 million, 90, 30, 120, 140, 150, 150 million in deposits over the last week is nothing to write home about for other protocols, but you can see that there's a decent little surge happening and that evidently a lot of this volume, according to at HIIM Allen, is heading over to the lending protocols on Near. And the lending protocols on Near are called Origami, Bastion, and Burrow Cash. The Origami is a money market, Bastion, decentralized lending, and Burrow, supply and borrow interest-bearing assets. Oh, that's cool. So they are actually allowing for STE to be supplied and borrowed against on that protocol, which I love all these uses for Lido and Rocket's tokens. I want to do a deeper dive on some of those at some point because I think it makes total fucking sense to with everything that's about to happen with Ethereum. And this is not financial advice. It's just, what I see for myself is staking Ethereum, even at the price point it is today at like $3,600, makes a shit ton of sense. You can earn 4% more in Ethereum. And I personally believe or think that there is a shit ton of upside for Ethereum. I think it's going to become deflationary. I think there are going to be even more use cases. I think the cost of transactions are going to go down. I think the network's going to be more stable. It's going to be attractive to people coming into the space that are kind of buying into the environmental hype around Bitcoin. I just think there's a ton of reasons. And so here's the cool thing. You stake Ethereum in one of these pools, Lido or Rocket. Rocket I prefer because it's decentralized. You're going to earn 4% plus more Ethereum just from staking it. And then the tokens you get, STETH and RETH, there are a million plays happening on those tokens right now that you can earn more on them. Liquidity pools, lending, NFTs, so there's just a ton of opportunity there. So anyway, I love those. I digress. But anyway, according to this guy, near lending is up. Another thing, I got a little stash going on over here on Auto Farm, Joe, or earning Frax/USDC. And yes, I still hate USDC, but I needed to put some money away that I don't want to invest yet because I don't know what's going to happen in the market. But 12% interest over here on Auto Farm for USDC Frax. The only real risk, like you said before we started the show, is that Frax uses its peg. And then I have been doing a lot more in Beefy, and I got to tell you, they did a brilliant job on their new interface. Dennis, who listens to the show, posted in our Discord that he actually is playing around with I don't know if that's pronounced Pi, but PAE on both AVEX and FTM. And look at these APYs, Joe. 108% against AVAX, 108,000% against AVAX, and 70,000% against FTM. Now, I'm not overly familiar with what PAE is, but I really love what Beefy has done with their interface. I already loved their interface because it was nice and simple, but this one is really nice. They also now have zapping built into the core interface. So let's say you've got a ton of one token in the pair, and it'll just automatically zap you into it and invest it across the board. I've done a bit of stablecoin staking on Beefy as well. Really like it. Is Dennis listening? Can he give us his insights into PAE today? Is he on? Can you see him? Has he made any comments? Nope. Heck yeah, going to be a good time. Eamon says, anytime you sleep beyond the average recommended sleep duration or at least meet it, holy shit, new all-time high for hacks. Yeah, dude, it really is. He's talking about the Ronin hack, I think. That's really fucking ugly.
Look, one of the things I want to just add about Near real quick is that this is the playbook that's worked for Phantom, Avalanche, Arbitrum, all of them. Now that you have kind of a lending protocol up, and you'll have the DEXs there too, you have the highest yields. So This is where you want to jump into a chain now and get that ride to where it goes next. I mean, but it's, again, this is where I say, when you set your targets so you know when to get out, you're not always sitting there trying to figure out where to get out. Leave some in there. But it's
absolutely. Speaking of new chains, I got corrected yesterday. So I tweeted about it, and then I posted on we talked about it yesterday in the show, these new chains that came off of Diem, right? Mm-hmm. And I said that Sui was actually a fork of Diem. It is not. It is just the brain power from the Diem protocol that is moved over and created an entirely new chain. So I'm going to be really interested in checking out Sui, Aptos. I think those are two with the money they have behind them, the big giant, kind of VC money that's behind those. Those are the ones I think are going to be what you were just kind of talking about: the early money coming in, the early opportunities, the high yields. All of that shit's going to, I think, going to blow up a little bit. So I'm going to keep an eye on those. Joe, but I totally agree with your point. Anyway, everybody check out oh God, yeah. So once again, Brad did not, remember how I was looking at waves before the holidays, saying how interesting it was. They're launching an EVM, and they were launching a venture capital.
Your reverse Snow Dog dilemma.
They're launching an investing protocol. They were going to have EVM compatibility. They were going to make a bridge, blah, 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 blah. Did I buy waves?
No,
of course I fucking didn't buy waves. Did I?
You went on vacation.
I went on fucking vacation. I didn't buy waves, but this happens to me every other fucking week, right? 62% in 3 days.
Yeah.
So I will tell you this. I'm going to announce when I don't buy something I like, and everybody can go buy.
Go contrarian. Yeah.
Yeah, go against my stupidity because I'm a fucking idiot sometimes. It's
So
just,
what I'm going to do, so I'm going to take another level up. I'm just going to think about it for a second.
And then when I think about it, because of course everything I think about is always right.
there you go. There you
I
go.
wouldn't be thinking about it if it wasn't right.
Dude, it's like, what the fuck? This happens to me all the time.
Yeah, but some, it's.
I got it, but I have to start taking fucking action.
Well, I think when I was.
I mean, we're
doing
not
some
total idiots.
strategies like, no, I know, just track it. Just write it down each time you do something, and when you don't do it. A trade like this.
In 3 days, Joe.
Yeah, I know. It is hard to.
All I had to do was pull the trigger, throw $1,000 at it before I went on vacation, and look what I'd be doing, $6,200.
Yeah, you'd be trying to decide whether to sell it or not.
I'd fucking sell it. That's another problem I have. Don't pull the trigger on the buy, but when I finally do, don't pull the trigger on the sell.
Those are the two hardest things to do. I mean, everybody knows.
The problem is I start believing in things too much. I really think that I get to know these founders. I like what they're doing. I get excited about what they offer. I think that they have good bones, good fundamentals. So I'm like, well, fuck it. This has got a long runway to go.
Yeah, but that runway tends to go up and down. So.
I didn't sign up for the Joe Cawley course.
This is the only runway we want.
Exactly, but I go straight up those runways and then off the fucking cliff.
Straight down, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the hard, to me, I don't think anybody's ever perfect at it. So that's why I always talk about selling a little bit on the way up. I never come in hard with more when it's starting to really go. I start de-risking at that point just because I've seen people lose it all doing that. And I try not to do that, but it's hard there's no set path to take.
Well, what would be cool? If there was an easy to use tool that would automate the sells for me.
Yeah. Yeah, that would help too. Yeah, maybe where you how about this? It doesn't even put you in a trade unless it's going to be a winner.
Even better. I like that.
If we could simplify some stuff, maybe like a low code, no code visualization platform.
That would be cool, wouldn't it?
That would be awesome. Where
that would be very cool.
You don't even have to think. You just have to attach it to your wallet. And
that's
ching, 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 ching.
Wow, that
just starts making money for somebody.
Those are some pretty large promises there. That would be awesome if that existed, but it doesn't.
It doesn't. No, it does not exist.
Not to that extent.
No, it's not. We don't have it in the prototype format, but
no.
Where the machine just go on, make money, basically. That's our trading algorithm. Turn it on, make some money.
Joe, I got nothing else.
I'm good. I've had a fun one today.
What's Chuck doing? Wait, Chuck put an emoji. I can't see what it is. He's like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll have another hack to talk about tomorrow. And
there you go.
And another newfound millionaire to talk to.
There you go.
So which one do you want to be tomorrow?
Yeah, exactly. You know what? I'm thinking we may need to delay the launch. I'm noticing that the viewership climbs at around 12:30. Looks like everybody's busy having their lunchtime beers and doesn't come to listen to us until they're good and buzzed.
Yeah.
But they could all meet you out on the corner and you could do it live from, the Grove there.
With me and my
have a Sapporo with your friends.
We and my corner boys.
Yeah. What's the other shit you buy at Whole Foods? I mean, at Fresh Market?
Miso paste.
Miso paste. Y'all can sit on the corner drinking your Sapporo and eating your fucking miso paste.
That's right, man. Miso and Sapporo, baby. It's a fermented heaven.
There you go. You'll have clean guts.
We just need some kind of massage therapy thing going on. So
I'm gonna let you.
No, I don't mean, dude. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the therapeutic massage.
Oh, that one.
Where it gets all the kinks out of you.
Yeah,
you
the
know,
kinks.
rubs the
You get some kinks out of you, Joe. I don't think anybody could ever get those out of you, Joe.
Probably not. At this age, I'm just sort of, it's just you're not as stretched out as you were when you were a little lad.
That's kind of what I was not thinking, but it's good.
Of course you aren't. I was trying to keep it from heading down the path of debauchery and fornication.
Yeah, okay. That's probably what our problem is.
Not enough.
Exactly.
All right, man.
Thank you, everybody, for listening and watching. We love you. We appreciate you. Please go rate and review us on Apple Podcasts if you're listening there, or your favorite podcast app. Go to YouTube and subscribe and give us the thumbs up and click the little bell so you know when a new episode comes out. We're on here every day, Monday through Friday at noon. You can also see all of our episodes at missiondefi.com. And if you have some ideas, you have a guest you want to kind of on the show or a project we need to look at, B05 Crypto on Telegram and B05 Crypto on Twitter. Joe, have a lovely afternoon. Everybody else, have a great afternoon. Love you all. Bye.
Thanks, Brad. Thanks, everyone. See you guys.